我希望在网吧里面看不到什么人，我希望会有鱼在这个河里面游泳。
Nowadays, the bloody workload and pressure made young workers are addicted to the virtual space through technologies. It leads to their barren and unhealthy lifestyle. They are becoming silent users of public space in Qinghu. Therefore, the aim of this design is to use positive side of technologies to combine the virtual space and reality, redefine augmented reality to recreate a scenario-based restorative landscape, not only by emerging technologies, but also explore on the ground by layering boundaries. In the end, to heal the mental stress of workers. Through mental map with workers, it can find what workers usually do in Qinghu when they're under pressure. Interestingly, it is found that Qinghu is quite isolated by surrounding boundaries. Most of workers' activities tend to be limited, while middle-level workers tend to escape from the community to the district or city-level scale. However, there is a crossing or common space, almost used by all workers, which is virtual space. Therefore, if we look deeply, we will find the Qinghu community already be occupied by virtual space. Through mapping its invisible virtual network, we can find it is near the virtual device makers' factories. It consists of various virtual device selling and different ways and hotspots to entering the virtual space. Then, what are they looking at in virtual space? What views can make them feel calmed down? Through holding a drama performance game with workers, lots of interesting answers revealed.
也就是谈我训这个比出西藏，对对对。
I want to go deep inside the sea.
Therefore, all these methods help me to define what is being away. Beauty of open, beauty of glorious, beauty of delicate, and beauty of wonder. In order to better experience the being away, these scenarios can be designed into an augmented reality user journey system in Qinghu. Let's start to explore. If you are a tired worker, you can enter into systems through different devices. Then, search what you want to see as being away. If you want to see beauty of glorious in woodland, then the system will tell you possible locations in Qinghu that can experience this augmented reality. When you arrived with your device, you can see the added space. Not only see the nature, but also hear the nature. In the end, apart from the main function of being away, this system also helps workers to find connections, interacting with people in the public space. This leads to the second part of this design, except using emerging AI technologies that I mentioned before to create individual experience. This design also explored how to improve the localizability and publicity of the system, which means how people can see their scenarios on the ground and interact in the public space by using simple augmented reality concept, which is overlayer. The reason is because urban space can be deconstructed into basically 3 layers. First, background layer. It is formed by a concrete building facade that is large-scale and non-transparent. The second layer is usually added by people for certain functions as extra layer, which is middle-scale, linear, and orderly located. And the third layer is individual objects like street furniture. So, this second layer in between is actually important to decide the space feeling. If we look back to our urban village site, there are already much layered space with a second layer formed by different materials. According to their characters, this design summarizes them into 4 categories: non-transparent, like advertisement board; transparent, with crossing void, like tree canopy or fence of playground; transparent with vertical void; and transparent with different levels. These second layers normally serve as an invisible boundary in the urban village. It's not only a physical layer, but has strong political and social reflections behind it. They are formed by wisdom from governments or local residents to show the territory, such as governmental construction demand, safety demand, covering up demand, and the public daily demand to invade the public space either by private or commercial use. Those governmental invisible boundary spaces are most representative images in the urban village, where social issues are more frequently and severe. They show a strong separation of the reality and the virtual happy life, and it's through political illusion created by government's imageization and slogans. It also shows the power of governance to control the public consciousness in all aspects. So, what can we do to this invisible boundary? Does the imageization and political illusion can really heal their mental stress? Therefore, it provides a suitable chance and location for this design to experiment the AR scenario system defined before. Based on that, a political boundary set has been chosen to show how the change of different materials in the second layer can create different feelings and activities on site when projected with AR scenarios. You ultimately transfer the boundary to a more interactive AR space. The original site is a typical construction boundary with non-transparent slogan boards in order to hide the behind mess from safety issues and covering up the consideration. It leads to a dead street with no functions. So during the construction, how can we activate the place? What if the material changed to the white or half-transparent PVC board? It actually can become a temporary public theater. It can be projected with movies people want to see and arts pieces that people write, which can increase the space used in the street. Moreover, normally when the construction finishes, the place might become another typical street in urban village. But what if we keep part of boundary and change the arrangement from linear to diverse overlap? A new public space in between could be formed that is light, multifunctional, and cost-effective, which is different from normal public space design through big construction in Chinese urban village. It can keep the daily access, but when there is a sensor or projector to show the scenario, it will become a more interesting place where interactions happen. In terms of observe opposite people in a comfortable distance, wandering around, stay and experience these scenarios, meet and show your own masterpieces. And different layering material will have different viewing and experience because of their different permeability and overlapping distance. In the new AR boundary, you can see any scenario you want to see. You can feel calm down and release from the working stress, just like you walking in a forest in Amazon, hear the birds sing, and explore the universe. Next, please enjoy the installation in front of you to discover the scenario you like.